What are you drinking tonight? Let's keep 'em flowing. Where do you come from? Where are you going? What are you feeling tonight? And what are you showing? Where do you come from? 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 Where are you going? What are you drinking tonight? Let's keep 'em flowing.
What tastes different everywhere you go, Wilson?
Cajun.
Okay, Cajun. Okay, that's what you said.
Oh, that's what he said.
What
What's
the
going
fuck?
on?
Yeah,
Welcome.
because-
What's going on? Welcome to the download. We are live this week with an awesome round of people, panelists, geniuses, if I may, all joined to talk and discuss about this week's gaming and technology news. We got an awesome group of people out there hanging out. Jem asks, is ketchup actually a type of gravy? Let's talk about it. No. I actually, wait. Is it? I don't know. But let's go through the panelists and ask what you've been playing and if you think ketchup is gravy. Callie.
Man, I have been playing a lot of No Man's Sky, and I cannot put it down. The new updates for the graphics have been phenomenal, and then doing these expeditions and getting all this cool gear, oh, it's so cool.
Yep, I can attest to being absolutely locked in to that game. No Man's Sky has a bit of a hold on me, and I'm not afraid to admit it. And last night, the most epic thing happened to me where somebody gifted me $17 million. 17 million units, Callie. It was ridiculous. I just walking through the anomaly, and somebody drops a stasis module into it, and then I go sell it at a 10% profit at the right market. 17 mil.
Wow.
And Rue, what was
Yeah.
I gifted 5 minutes later? What was I gifted?
Dirt.
I mean, earlier.
Dirt.
5 minutes earlier, I received a piece of dirt. 5 minutes later, Rue gets 18 mil. Yeah, what it, bro? It's like the game doesn't want me to like it. It doesn't want me to like it.
It's just because the No Man's Sky represents the universe and all the infinite possibilities. That's exactly what can happen. Friend of yours gets dirt while the other friend gets $17 million handed to them. It's just
Don't sound
insane.
impressed by this.
It's
Don't
just
sound
insane
impressed by this. Okay?
about the
We
economy
should
of the
be up in
world.
arms. Don't spam this off like a good thing, okay?
Oh, it's just cool how simulations can really simulate worlds. Wilson, what's going on with you though?
Oh, I'm just playing games, you know. What have I been playing? I've been playing Red Dead. I finally got back into Red Dead, and I'm trying to get through the main story, but getting distracted by absolutely everything in the way. And I'm playing some No Man's Sky with you guys. We started that expedition together, and I've been having a lot of fun trying my best to keep up with you.
You're doing a good job. And plus you got plenty of dirt. Jem, what's been going on? What have you been playing? And why has no one answered if ketchup is a gravy?
It's not.
It's
It's
not.
so not.
It's a fruit paste.
Bro, white
That's what it
gravy
is.
isn't
It's
even
a
gravy.
no, it's a hot sauce. What are you guys talking about?
Oh right, hot sauce, right. And white gravy, Wilson, I don't want to know about your white gravy.
Okay, so I guess we have that answered. Jem, what have you been playing this week?
I was playing Crash Bandicoot 4. I went to get all the flashback tapes because I've never done that before. It was extremely
Flashback.
challenging because to get the tapes, you have to not die and beat the level. So I had to beat all the levels without dying. And then once you get the flashback tapes, they are their own difficult levels. So I completed all the flashback tapes as well, which was extremely difficult. Then I wanted to 100% Crash Bandicoot 4, but in order to do that, you have to get all the boxes and not die on each level. And I was like, yeah, I'm out. I'm not gonna 100% this game. The flashback tapes were already
Yeah.
difficult enough. I'll just leave it there.
Hey, I get it. Sometimes it's a little bit too much to get that platinum or that 100%. They just demand so much from you sometimes. It's ridiculous. Maker of Chaos knows that all too well. How is your honor roll run going on BG3 after you got your platinum?
Yeah, it's not going right now.
But what have you been
I
playing
mean,
this week?
I mean, I played a little bit of BG3. I played a little bit of Once Human. I beat Flintlock. I was able to finally defeat that, and Final Fantasy 14 as
Samesies.
usual. And
Sorry.
I don't think ketchup is a gravy.
Okay. And yes, shout out to Wilson and Maker. They both completed Flintlock. And here we have GeForce Now Hits 2000 supported games. However, where the hell is my Flintlock on GFN via Game Pass? I'm banging the tables asking for it. But that's what it is. SPG, what have you been gaming on this week?
Oh, well, a little bit of Battlefield. Got my ass whooped in some golf by Tiger Woods.
Oh, that was fun.
But really, all I can bring myself to play is Shadow of War, because I'm pouting because Maker's a very lucky man for getting patch 7 of BG3. But no, that's it, man. That's all I've been really doing.
Cool. Hold on now. I have to say this. Ketchup is barely a sauce, let alone a gravy.
As a hot take.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe in America. Okay, we have real ketchup over here, bro.
What makes gravy gravy? Like, it's like, come on, you Englishmen are the words of words. So how is ketchup not a gravy? It's just a tomato gravy, right?
What is the definition of gravy? Because in my head, I always thought it had to be meat-based, but not every gravy is meat-based, right? Or is it?
No, there's mushroom gravy.
That's
mushroom
true.
gravy.
That's true. And what's the definition of gravy then?
We'll move on to Ray while we sort that out.
Thank you.
What have you
Ketchup
been
is
gaming on
condiment.
this week?
Dude, I am playing hours and hours of Marvel Snap. They got Kate Bishop, Hawkeye, and she comes with acid arrows and grapple arrows. I'm killing fools going up the rankings in Marvel Snap. I've been playing Blood Hunt, Red Dead Redemption 2, Battlefield, and I'm getting ready to Warhammer 4000. I think, what is it called? Speed Freaks. I'm about to get into that, and I'm trying to find somebody to play Raw Men with me.
What?
Oh, Jem spoke up first. He's about
Live.
to volunteer to be your Raw
What
Men
did you just
player
say?
Ray,
too.
we're
I
live.
hope you're running a noodle stand. Okay.
I mean, yeah, I got nothing on that one.
But what you do have, Vet, is letting us know what you've been gaming on this week.
Nothing. I've been actually working on getting some rebranding stuff done, a Discord set up again, and just prepping myself to get my kid ready for school that when he starts first grade in 2 weeks, and then I'll be back to streaming full time ish, kind of.
Well, too bad we haven't seen you on anything gaming. Hopefully we'll catch you in something this week. To Phoenix saying gravy is a sauce, ketchup is a condiment. What is maple syrup? Because maple syrup in Canada is served on tables.
Here,
It's a syrup.
And it can
It's
be
in the name,
considered
bro.
it's
It's in the name.
considered
It's a syrup.
it can be considered a condiment as well because it's served on the table alongside ketchup and other things for breakfast. So
I've heard maple syrup is like the nectar of the gods. That's
Listen, only one of our countries hide it in a vault, like it's a bank vault. Okay,
Yeah.
that would be Canada.
Yeah, what do
Yeah.
you know, bro? What do you know about syrup?
Hence why
listen,
maple
syrup is
the
tree's
nectar
life
of the
force.
Or
gods.
the syrup.
That
It's the
is
life
life
force.
It's tree gravy.
A tree gravy. Oh my god.
Oh,
Full circle.
What's the definition?
there
of
we
it?
have it. Great transition moment to move on to the news. GeForce Now hits and surpasses 2,000 supported games in the cloud. Absolutely astonishing. This is becoming one of the pinnacles of the cloud gaming experience, offering you the highest fidelity, lowest latency, and now 2,000 supported games with
Can I
plugins
ask a
from...
question?
Yeah.
No.
How does that compare to Stadia's Max library? Just out of
It-
curiosity. Like, I'm not trying to shit on
Yeah.
it. I'm just trying to be. I'm just curious.
What's Stadia?
Stadia ended with around 300 games or just below that.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay. So that's a hell of a difference. That is
Well,
a hell of a
and
difference.
To be fair though, GFN didn't they have 2,000 some odd games anyways when they were in beta? Before
They had like a gajillion before they
had
got all the
everything.
licenses took off them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
they got.
that's right. That's right. They had everything.
Everything.
Yeah, that's right. It was everything, and then they
Yes,
lost
but
everything.
as I can relate in the cannabis industry, your sales don't matter until you're legal. All right, so that's just the
Well,
situation.
No, your sales
Don't
can't
think
be
you should be live
taxed
before
until you're
that.
legal.
Well, here's the main thing. The only thing that matters is out of those 2,000 games, how many of them are PlayStation games?
They're not. Aside from God of War, which
That's
was
sad.
a time-gated one.
No,
No
they've
Man's
got a
Sky.
handful.
Is
Yeah,
there,
They have like
There
3 or
is some-
4.
is there Crash Bandicoot?
We're not going to go
don't
down
go
the
there.
list.
But,
No,
no,
I was
uh,
asking.
There's 2,000 here, Vet.
No, I wasn't asking to go down the list. That would be the whole show then. No, I was just making a point. There's no PlayStation, there's no Crash. That's kind of disappointing.
All right. Well, I just wanted to touch on and let everybody know. I
Alright,
knew
go
this
ahead.
wasn't
I'll
going to
let it
be
off.
a discussion
Put some
topic.
respect on their name. Put some respect on their name. Good lord.
Yeah, they've made some
At
huge
least they got their
moves.
Yeah,
Hey,
no,
at least they got their
seriously,
4K
hats off.
out. Hey, at least they got their 4K out. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So kudos to GeForce Now. It's surpassing 2,000 games. If you're looking for a cloud option, this one plugs into your Steam library, Ubisoft, Xbox, as well as Epic. It's definitely the pinnacle. I couldn't recommend it more. Next thing I wanted to
And
get in. Oh,
It's
yeah, go for
currently
it.
on sale. It's currently on sale.
Yes, thank you, Wilson. Right now, if you don't know, 50% off until August 18th. Right now is the best time to pick up GeForce Now
Priority
if you haven't already.
and ultimate tier.
know.
Priority and ultimate tier.
Gross.
And also, I want to say people love storage, all right? You don't want to clog up your computer with all these games. Why not have them click to play? People rent storage units to store junk. Just store all your video game stuff somewhere else, play it at high fidelity. That's my one sale for that. But let's move on to Call of Duty releasing on PlayStation 4 ahead of Xbox after
Oh, whatever.
Microsoft spends $70 billion. This is crazy. Obviously, I'm being facetious here. A jailbroken PS4 was given an update it really shouldn't have gotten, and some people, a limited amount, they're talking in the hundreds, not the thousands, have access to Black Ops 6 multiplayer. Um, how does this happen, guys? And why aren't they shutting this down? Let's start in the middle, and then we'll see where we go from there. SPG, would you play Jailbroken Black Ops 6, or would you just wait for it to come for real?
Well, if I was into Black Ops, I would say that's like winning the lottery. But what it is it's a jailbroken PS4. There had to be some kind of vulnerability built in, and then when they pushed the update out to the devs or whoever else, it ended up going to that system, which is insane to me that they were able to gain access. Now maybe Gem or Maker could fill in some more of the minutia on how that actually took place, but it has to be some kind of vulnerability, man. It's very interesting. It's cool that they were able to experience it. And the one thing that I did look at from the leaks was the omnidirection on how you like sprint in all directions. That looked pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know. It's a bad situation because I don't think sometimes these corporations or companies will leak stuff on purpose to get ahead of stuff or to get opinions, but this obviously was not that. So it's pretty interesting in my mind.
Now, Maker, you've actually seen the leaks with your own eyes. I've not looked at them, and sorry to bait your scene there if you were prepping on the legit side. But what did you think of this leak? What did you think of what you saw? Are they really transforming with this Omni movement? What is your opinions on this story?
Specifically the clip I saw was a low gravity mode that they had. So like doing jumps and stuff like that, you'd be like floating in the air for some time, so it almost looked like Max Payne, where like you're like slow-mo jumping and like diving and stuff like that. And it actually looked kind of fun. I'm kind of interested to check it out. But in terms of like how this happened, I believe what they were doing was they were probably prepping for the beta later this month, and so when they pushed out the update with all the matchmaking and stuff like that for that beta, getting it prepped, they left it basically accessible, like through the PS4 mod or whatever, like to where that they could access it and utilize it.
I can actually shed a little light because I was reading about how it happened yesterday, and it was it yesterday? God, I haven't slept a lot this week. I think it was yesterday I was reading about it, but it was essentially it's very similar to what you're describing, Maker. But it wasn't like a pre-upload for consumers. It was them putting the PlayStation 4 version on the store to be tested like behind the scenes, and they accidentally gave public access when they uploaded this test version. So people are saying that it would actually be bigger than what you would even get in a demo, because it was a full-fledged test version for what someone else would be trying to see what works and what doesn't work and how to make it run best. So it's crazy the type of stuff that they've accessed. But yeah, it just a silly little accident in the in a new upload.
Now that you explain that, it really doesn't sound like an accident. It sounds like somebody at PlayStation was like, you know what? PlayStation's gonna get it first. Button pressed.
Maybe.
No, but see,
I personally think it's all staged. I think it's just a good way to get us talking about the game.
When the devs have access to their whatever you call it, the launch screen where all your games are and stuff like that, they're not running on a standard version of the operating system, and neither are the jailbroken PS4s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
That's right.
I don't think it was staged, just because a lot of the devs have kind of like talked about how like annoyed that they are because they're wanting people to experience this later this month and not already.
But devs and corporate are two different groups of the same. They're two different sides of the same coin. You know what I mean? When it comes to the
Yeah,
gaming
but
industry.
it's gonna be the devs that make this update. It's not gonna be the higher.
No, I'm not. I'm 100% the devs would have made the update, but higher ups, in my mind, and this is the conspiracy freak in me coming out. But in my mind, the higher ups could easily have a roundtable meeting and go, "What can we do to get PlayStation players excited about this game?" Because honestly, they're not talking about it. The only people talking about it are Xbox people, because now we're associated with Microsoft. Now we're associated with them, so now it's kind of like we're on Team Green instead of on Team Blue. How do we get the Team Blue back on our side? Let's leak an early version of it and get everyone on Sony talking about it and bragging how they got a version earlier than Xbox did. We'll shut it down a day or two early, but the one that the testers are already using, the one the developers are already using, we'll just leak one of those versions. Like, I can see that I know this is me being a conspiracy theorist, but I can easily see that conversation playing out. I can see. I'm not saying it did, but that, do you know what I mean? I could just see it happening.
Hey,
Yeah.
anything's possible under the hood of these board meetings. I mean, I was watching a Ryan Reynolds interview where he may or may not have admitted to leaking the very first Deadpool. So people leak
Correct.
stuff on purpose to build hype. It's marketing.
It is a tactic.
They
It
do
is a
that,
marketing
and the pendulum also swings the other way. Look at Rockstar, and with a Fire Stick, somebody was playing GTA 6. So, you know, a
What?
dev version of it.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Oh yeah,
Oh my
they
gosh.
went and nabbed that guy. He got prosecuted.
Yeah, it was a guy
No.
in London. It was like a kid in London who leaked it from a hotel with an Amazon Fire Stick.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and
Oh,
they
wow.
cracked down on him as well, didn't they? I
Yeah,
swear
oh
they
yeah,
did.
they
Like,
threw
it was
the
a big.
dude.
Yeah.
They threw the
I
book at him,
vaguely
bro.
remember that. Very vaguely.
I will
Crazy.
not be playing. I will not be playing Call of Duty Ops because back in my day, we didn't have all these stupid operative bundle skins. Good lord!
But are you gonna play zombies with me, Ray? I want you to all play zombies with me. It's free. We
I
all
did.
have Game
I did like.
Pass.
I did like the Nicki Minaj operator skin. Shout out to Nicki Minaj. But
All right. You guys are funny. Let's crack on though. You guys have played Suicide Squad. Wilson gave this to me in the final hour of the show here, but apparently Discovery earnings reports reveal that Suicide Kill the Justice League caused a 41% loss in video game revenue. I wanted to highlight this story because it goes on my bigger fears. Maker had even pointed this out earlier in the week about Square Enix reporting that their console sale games are not profiting for them. And so my fear is, our console games, are my single player experiences, are they going to go away based on the market conditions today? And are we just going to see games turn into mobile MOBAs, MMOs that are just accessible on your phone? Yeah. Jem, do you want to tackle that question?
I disagree. I mean, if you want to make a single player game, just one time fee, you know, like I don't know, £50 for a game, just like the old days, you can still make profit out of it. You can still make money out of it. These like there's a lot of companies who just want more and more money. They don't want to settle for just like one-time fees. They want you with subscriptions and constant live service games. It's just greed. Like if they really wanted to, they can easily survive with just one-time fees with single-player games. Like it's just greed. That's what it comes down to, and I think it just comes to like indie developers have to fill in that void, but that void is just a made-up thing. Like it could easily be filled with AAA companies as well, but their eyes are set for make way more profits.
Yeah, and there you go. We have those MMOs really driving the company's focus. They could if they wanted to, but will they continue? Ray,
No.
I'm gonna touch on your wisdom and how you've seen games transform over time. Are we seeing games transition now today more towards this live service than you've ever seen before, or are we getting more single player games and experiences than you've seen before?
My
Maybe you can
son
touch on
on
that
his
over time.
My son on his birthday got $300 from my father-in-law. Do you know what he spent the $300 on? V-Bucks.
Jeez.
V-Bucks. You know what? Epic. That's why Epic is a billion-dollar company. That's why I mean, hey, it's capitalism. I mean, they're not our friends. They're here to maximize dollars. So yeah, this is the future. They want money. They want money. And the Suicide Squad, I mean, I've been playing it. I got it for free, and I think it's fun for free, but it's definitely not worth the price tag on, and then all the other extra stuff on. But I get it, and I agree with Jim what he said 100%. But yeah, this is the future, guys. Get used to it. Get used to it, and it's gonna get higher and higher and higher.
What's up, Cowboy? Thanks for jumping on in here.
What's going on? Yeah, I was been listening for a little bit. Um, I don't have much time. I want to pop in real quick because I actually got a chance to play the beta when Suicide Squad beta was out way back when it was a closed beta, and I played it and I said, man, this game, this ain't it. And I just feel that it reminds you of a bunch of other games, and it seems like it took a bunch of parts of other games, but it does it not as good as the other games. So not to get bad on that game. If people love it, cool. I'm all about it. If you find a game you love, then that's what gaming is, right? But I just felt like, man, this game isn't gonna do well. So that's not a surprise. But yeah, I mean, to the point of the greed, I mean, listen, once Fortnite, right? I think Fortnite for me is probably the pinnacle of like this game. No one really knows what it is. Who really cares? I remember paying, a lot of people don't even know this, but Fortnite at first was like the zombie mode called Save the World. I remember it was $40 and PlayStation had it on sale for 20. And I was like, I'll buy this. And you run around and build to try to stop the zombies. And then they added the Battle Royale mode, and I was super into Battle Royale at the time. And never cared about the zombie mode, but the battle royale was the thing to do, right? But who wouldn't thought that game would have been anything? And so I think a lot of companies want to strike that lightning in a bottle. What if we have a game that could do that? And if we can't get to that, what if we make a lot more money? So yeah, just trying to settle for, hey, I make a single player game and I make some good revenue. Of course, there are going to be developers that have a certain heart and passion, so they're going to make a passion project. They're going to make that one player game that they just think will be amazing and they think people will love it, right? But I think a lot of companies are like look at Sony, right? They canceled The Last of Us Factions 2 because Bungie said it wasn't sustainable to keep making revenue, right? So the first Factions wasn't a live service game, it was just a multiplayer game. Right, so it's like you could have gave us just a multiplayer game. We would have been happy for that, the fans of that. But no, they want to make money. So I just want to chime in on that. But thanks for letting me speak. And now your mama
Of course, man. And now your mama knows. Callie, you played the game, Suicide Squad. How did you feel? Do you think it deserves this 41% loss? You're obviously a fan of the Batman series. Why do you think it got this? What do you think it didn't do?
Well, for what it is an an all online service. So I feel like the price that right out of the box was a bit high. Because nowadays some games that are actually lasting long, even though they have small communities, is games like that online, but they're doing lower priced. Like Killer Clowns from Outer Space just gained a big following, and it's only $40, whereas Suicide Squad right out of the bat was $70. You don't get any of the new characters or any of that, and you have to pay for the battle pass. And I can understand the 41% where people were, I'm pretty sure a lot of them returned the game or they heard from their friend and were like, nah, I want to cancel my pre-order, and it didn't hit the mark. But for getting it for free, I am enjoying it. I feel like if they did lower the price, it probably could have done better. Probably could have been received better, but yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. Thanks for that insight. Let's move on to the next one because Suicide Squad has had its time. Vet, I want to touch on you with this one because this is our favorite conspiracy topic, the Nintendo Switch 2, aka say it for us, Vet.
Oh, we all know it's the PlayStation Switch. Come on now. Day one.
Exactly.
Everybody.
There's a rumor now it'll have major third-party support at launch. So we could see some big heavy hitters coming out with it alongside. And they're putting here a picture of Elden Ring, which is absolutely astonishing to think that it could come on launch with the Nintendo Switch 2. What kind of cadence do you think? Do you think the Nintendo Switch 2 will open itself up to all of these third party, or will they still close the gates? What do you think their strategy will be moving forward?
No, I think they'll open it up to third party. I mean, in the past, Nintendo's done that with most of. I mean, look at the GameCube. That had everything. Look at the Wii. The Wii had just about everything you could think of. I mean, that was one of their biggest sellers. They had all kinds of games. I mean, everything from Call of Duty was on the Wii. The Wii U failed miserably, but the Switch, they kind of backtracked with that based off of the prior console. But I think that going forward, they're going to want to bring in as much as they can to compete, stay in competition with everybody else, with all with PlayStation, with Xbox, if they're still around, with PC. They want to maintain it. Obviously, they're going to be their first party stuff is what's going to sell the best. I think even if they don't do everything third party, is it going to hurt them in the long run? No, because it's Nintendo. Their brand name and their recognition is enough they could throw a couple of Mario games out and everyone's going to jump for joy and buy the crap out of that system.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The Nintendo Switch has drawn so much attention. Game devs definitely have to have the pre-build, and they're putting their titles on there because this is an opportunity to tap a lot of people who haven't jumped into the console market. So
Yeah,
I
gaming
agree.
is the
You'd be
big thing.
silly. Yeah, you'd
Yeah,
be silly
and-
not to jump onto this train if you were a game dev.
And they've got to compete with handheld gaming now. That's the big thing. I mean, look at the Steam Deck, and the ROG Ally, X, all of these things, and you've got everybody's coming out with a handheld gaming system now. So Nintendo's got to do something to up the ante a little bit, and I think opening it up to third party support at launch is the right thing to do, and I think they know that.
Yeah. Well, hey guys, I'm gonna jump out. Thanks for having me. Man, you guys are epic. I love that the community is just still going. Everybody's still making content. It's just cool, man. What a ride. And thank you guys for having me.
Anytime, man. Take care. We'll see
All right,
you
later, guys.
on.
Take care, cowboy.
Yes,
And
sir.
now your mama knows. All right. The Nintendo Switch 2 obviously garnering a lot of hype. But let's jump on to the next one. Take-Two banks on new games to boost bookings in the next fiscal 2 years. So, everybody is anticipating Grand Theft Auto 6, so much so the company raised 5% in extended trading. Grand Theft Auto 6 is hyping to be a juggernaut of a sales machine. Do you think it'll let people down? Will it only release on the PS6? These are the questions. Let's let's chalk it up to the panel for a bit on Grand Theft Auto 6. You guys were talking Fire Stick release. I thought that was insanely ridiculous that somebody got access to it. Do you think Grand Theft Auto 6 will be the be all and end all, ending all sales for games and people will just devote themselves to this one? SPG, we haven't heard from you on a bit, and we know you've got some hot takes on GTA. What do you think they'll be able to do?
Well, here's the thing. Being successful and making a bunch of money doesn't make the product good. We know this from the Transformers movies, for one. Okay. Just because it's successful, doesn't make it good. But, dude, they spent too much money. It's going to be a good game. If you like GTA 5, you're going to have a lot of fun in GTA 6 on the PlayStation 6, by the way. But they spent a lot of money. And money, like we were just, like it can ruin things, and I don't know. I would love to see what this rock star looks like. And they've had some major success. after success. Red Dead Redemption 2, GTA 5, they were printing money with those shark cards. And when you have that kind of influx of cash, they're trying to make shareholders happy as well. I don't know, man. GTA 6 will be super successful. Will GTA 6 online be in the sense that they need it to be? I don't know. And it depends on how much resources were pushed to make that online successful. Because that was a lot of money, and they put supposedly $2 billion into this. And I hope at least 500 million went into networks security, because Rockstar has issues with hacking and shit. But yeah, I don't know, man. I would love to see how this turns out. They're going to be able to print money off of the sales of this alone. It's going to sell consoles again for a little bit, because there's going to be a year probably before it hits PC. And I think a lot of PS6s are going to be bought.
Rude, you want to click on the link and share it with everyone? Here's a bit of progress on what GTA 6 is doing in terms of development. I just put it in this chat.
Sure, Wilson. Messing up my thing here, but that's fine.
Yeah, sorry.
That's what he does. That's what he does.
What
what I do, I like to
GTA
throw
strip
spiders
clubs
into
are gonna be legendary? Is this
This
what
is
you just?
actually this is one of the
What the
people in a
hell?
bodysuit recording what it's gonna be like. This is someone recording the stripper animation for GTA 6. That's what you're watching right now. That's
This
that's
is.
that's like the morph suit thing. You know what they're gonna
Hey. Dude,
All right,
is that
Wilson.
hold
This
on.
is. Hold on.
Oh, this is
What
a
are you
better
identifying
development.
here, Ray?
Woo! Dude, she could do it in a circle. She could do it in a circle.
this this is part of the process of development of GTA 6. This is just a bit of the behind the scenes of what
Wow.
goes
How
into
much money?
creating.
Hey,
Wow.
hold on. I have a question. How much money went into the jiggle physics, do you think? Just
Bro,
curious.
Listen,
how much of
how
that
much
3
money?
billion or however much they spent on this game do you think they spent on just people doing that? Like, how many people have they got doing that?
You see the guy when they pan away? He's making money right now, just standing there looking at her.
Oh yeah, big
That's
time.
actually pimp. That's the pimp that's just standing there
I
watching,
would,
making
I
sure
would,
they're getting paid.
he's telling her, jiggle harder, jiggle harder.
And
Wiggle
the
it,
guy
wiggle
in the
it.
corner, I think that's actually Ray
I
over there. You just can't see him because he blends in with the green screen.
Wilson.
I love how we still have it on screen. I love
Yeah,
how
I-
we still
I don't know
stop
what is
watching
wrong
it,
with
bro.
you. Why did you share that, bro?
We need.
how
GTA
confident
6
how
behind the
confident
scenes, bro.
how confident
Come
are
on.
you that this is actually GTA 6?
I'm not at all. I'm not at
No.
all.
The best part
Not
of
at
this
all.
is Wilson shares this link, and look who
I'm
brought
getting
into the
VR
chat.
vibes. I'm getting VR vibes here.
So,
Hey.
Wilson, are you going to try that out? Also, I'm going to say hey to Purple Haze. She knows what's up with
Hey,
the
Rude,
conspiracies.
It's
Rude,
being added to
look,
Fortnite as a victory
Rude,
dance.
Rude,
Oh
look,
my
look.
God.
Yeah, Ray.
As long as they're doing the NBA 2Ks, the NBA 2Ks is like, it's like the number one basketball game. So that's money right there. And hell yeah, GTA 6. Dude, my son already has his money saved up for GTA 6, and that's all he talks about. So yeah, it's gonna do crazy numbers, bro. It's gonna do crazy. They're gonna have a big year with the
By the way, I
numbers.
want to add something to this. Last night, Take-Two had their earnings call, and they said that GTA 6 hasn't been delayed and it's scheduled for late 2025.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay.
I'm
Late
Exactly.
2025.
But if you want my
Exactly.
personal opinion, I think
game's gonna push.
I think it'll get a 6-month delay, like literally every
Yeah.
single GTA game has ever.
Not if they. Hey, them girls need to
Same
jiggle a
with
little
Red
bit
Dead.
harder. Come on
Year.
now.
Red Dead got a year delay.
Oh
I mean, they
wow!
got-
If it
Yeah,
gets a
it's
year
coming out.
delay,
Listen,
there it
hear
is,
me now.
SVG.
I know. Hear me now. Believe me later. We're getting it on the PS6, bro. It's gonna push a new. Dude, I'm telling you, man. It might end up on the Pro, but I don't know.
But
I
someone
find
No.
it
made
funny.
the point.
I find
We
it
were
funny, bro.
talking about this like yesterday, GTA 6 specifically, or maybe the day before.
Yeah, it
and
was
someone made
us.
yeah, and someone made the point. Well, the thing is, they started developing it back in 2018 or 2019, so they actually
Yeah.
started developing it on tech prior to the Series S/X and prior to the PlayStation. I'm not saying that they were using tech less powerful than that, right? But they were using tech older than the Series and the
Trust me.
PlayStation tech.
Listen, whatever their vision is, whatever their vision was for GTA 6, they're gonna have to dumb it down to get it onto the PS5 and to the Series X. Dude, the way they build games and they shove everything in it, and it's going to push that whatever hardware it actually releases on, like without joking, it's gonna push that hardware pretty damn good, and they might have to clip some shit to make it run well.
No, I'm now sold with SPG after hearing that it's delayed till, or it's set to release end of 2025. Historical data from makers says Red Dead Redemption got delayed a year. I mean, that's right around the time we're expected a new console. How could they not want to do that? And I think that's the only way you're going to get people to leave.
Actually,
let me finish this thought.
Yeah.
One thing. Let me finish and then you can comment. Because I think the big thing is, how are they going to get people to leave Grand Theft Auto 5? And that is going to be something that is extremely hard to do for people. But yeah, go.
It's not often that companies have to cannibalize from their own audience to bring it to a new thing. It's not often. Usually, people are robbing from other genres and other games they're trying to pull people away from. This is their title, so you're right. That's weird.
Well, I have to say, people will want the sequel to the game, right? And if you make it look cool, I think people are going to shift to that new title. It's the same reason why people move to the next Call of Duty whenever it releases, right?
Even though it's still just Call of Duty again, reskinned with a slightly different iteration. People
also keep in mind how many people have a PS4 still and that didn't transfer to the PS5. So they're gonna have to move, correct? GTA 6 obviously isn't coming to the PS4.
GTA 6 they're gonna have to, but this brings me to the point I was just gonna make, is that PS4 still has GTA 5 because GTA 5 originally released. It wasn't a series and a PlayStation 5 release. It was a PlayStation 4. Was it even a PlayStation 3 release?
It was
PlayStation 3.
Yeah, it was PS3.
That is an old game. It has lived through generations, and I mean not just one, 2 generations of console. Who says that they aren't going to just do the same thing? Because they repackaged the game and sold an Xbox One version of GTA. Then I think they did the same thing for an Xbox Series version of GTA. And each time you had to buy the game again, you just got slightly a better version of it with better frame rate and blah blah blah. Why wouldn't they sell us GTA 6 3 times if they know we'll buy it 3 times? Sell us the version that doesn't run as well on the Series X and on the Series S and on the PlayStation 5, then sell us the better version when PS6 comes around a year later or half a year later, however long it takes.
I'm just gonna say something. The PS6, they've already said this, that they're expecting the PS6 to launch in 2028 currently. So I don't think that I think they will have it on the PS5. I mean, similarly, it's super impressive that Red Dead 2 even runs on the PS4 and the Xbox One. So I think that they can do it.
Well, there we have GTA 6. Where and when will it happen? Keep locked on and we'll let you know. But let's move on to some technology news. What is Ray posting? I'm not opening up any more links after Wilson's stripper situation.
Oh, that was funny. Listen,
we have
behind the scenes.
We have a message from X. I wanted to get people's opinions.
By the evidence uncovered by the House.
We have this lady from X, and she's complaining that advertisers are pulling from X, the platform, and they are now suing because they are not getting advertising dollars. I think this is crazy. American style business. It's like if you fail, sue till you succeed. Slash Canadian. Well, slash South African, to be honest.
Who even is this lady talking? Who is she and who does she represent?
She represents X, and what she's doing is she's telling the
Is that the CEO of X? Go ahead.
So she's representing X right now, and she's telling people that advertisers have pulled from X, and now they're suing to get those advertisers to come back to X, or yeah, freedom of speech situation here.
Competition.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't like competition, so they want to sue the fact that there's competition. What?
Who are they suing?
Big business is so entitled, bro. It's so entitled. Do you know
That's
what I
the
mean?
issue.
Yeah, yeah. I deserve to get everyone's money. I deserve to get everyone's product. Everyone should be coming to me. Why are they going to this publication? Let's just throw money at the problems. Let's sue. Let's buy out the issue. That's all it is, right? That's all it is.
Exactly. So I just wanted to say, how do people feel about this? This is a weird state to be in where companies can obviously sue governments because they're saying it's a systematic illegal action taking place where they're not getting advertising dollars because they're all conspiring not to play with them. It's crazy. Could we see X going on into the future, or is X coming to an end? What does the panel think? Yeah. Who wants to talk on this one? So it's an odd one.
I'll start it off.
All right.
I don't think it's the end of X. I think until more companies leave, like, yeah, advertising makes them money, but until these companies, like, gaming companies, everybody stops utilizing it. And I'm not talking about individual users. I'm talking people like Nvidia, actual companies that are still using the platform. Until they leave, it's not going anywhere. It's just going to be a lot of talk, and that's about it.
Well, there you go. A lot of
That's my
talk.
thought.
Anyone else on the future of X? Excellent.
Yeah, Rick.
No,
I agree with
no
Method. I don't think
worries.
it's going anywhere. What do you think about it, Rue? Let me ask you. What do you think?
I think
What do you
it's
think
I
about
think
this
it's
lady?
ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous. If you create a platform where people want to advertise on it, then people will spend money to advertise on it. You can't have a situation where you're yelling that advertising is the devil and then expect them to still come pay on your platform. Like, I don't know. I just feel like they play by different rules where if you're not succeeding, you sue till you succeed. And it's just endless pockets of money, and it seems unfair.
She's just a puppet. She's working for the man to the man to the next damn man, trying to get some more money, dude. That's it.
But yeah, something cool in the technology world I wanted to touch on. And everything done big is done in Texas. Am I right, Callie?
Google found to be a monopoly. Pardon me.
The world's largest 3D printed neighborhood nears completion in Texas. Now, if you didn't know, in a former life, I was an architect, and I just thought this was a really cool news story. They have a giant 45-foot wide 3D printer creating a suburb. Like, all of these houses, all of these towns, all the systems, like, it's just insane to me. And this is really the future. I mean, I feel bad for the construction industry. It's obviously going to take a massive hit because you're getting rid of so many trades that way. But printing a full house, this is where we're at with the future, and they printed a full suburb.
They do.
Ridiculous.
They are done in chunks, right? It's small chunks of prefabs. They are thin, and this is
Yeah.
like experimental. So, I was reading about this a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and they're actually. I don't know if this is using the new one or if they're still in the middle of it. But last I read about it, they were in the middle of building an even bigger 3D printer to build even bigger houses, to build more um uh, um, full designs. Because, like I say, at the minute they're doing it in chunks, right? They're doing like a quarter of a house here and a quarter of a house here, and they're doing very, very small homes as well. And they're trying to get it scaled up. to make it one of the new affordable ways. Because I mean, a lot of buildings nowadays, mate, for the past couple of decades, haven't been built like they used to get built. And you'll know this, being an architect, they haven't used the same level of resources and the same level of care that tradesmen used to use 50 to 100 years ago. Buildings used to be built with life expectancies of hundreds of years, and now they're built with a life expectancy of 10 to 20, and it's like still 10 times the cost. It's insane. So
I have
something
a
like this,
question.
it doesn't increase life expectancy, but it does bring that cost down.
I have a question. Can they change the material? Can they swap it out for a different material? Because what if they find out that rodents really prefer the taste of these homes compared to the regular homes? I mean, can they
That
change
would
the
be a
material at
question
all?
for Joe, I believe. I think they use several different types of material, but it's all like poly based. It's all plastic based, right? You know what I mean? Because that's the type of stuff that they can manipulate best in these 3D printers.
You're like,
But there are different companies
hey,
around the world working
you're
on
like,
3D printers that can
does it
print
have to
wood,
look like
that
a
can print.
ruffled chip though? Does
Yeah,
it have
dude,
to have ruffles with ridges? I
this
mean, can I
house
just
is
get
very
nice smooth?
efficient.
Can I get it smoothed out? Do I have to get the ruffles?
Well, like I said, these
Yeah.
are the experimental ones. These are some of the first houses that are built by a 3D printer,
Gonna
but
lie,
they
that
want
is
to
dope.
keep
I
working
ain't
on
gonna lie,
this.
that's dope.
This is
dope.
V1 or less than V1, and it's
Yeah,
still
and I
insane
think
that they're doing it.
the major
much like
takeaway
AI.
is less waste. Less
Right,
waste
Yeah,
on the
less
construction
waste and
site,
affordability.
and less
And
time
affordability.
constructing.
Much
Yeah,
like
and
AI,
affordability.
we might be looking at the future here, you know?
Yeah.
Root. My brothers in Oakland needed to know how heavy is that machine? Is that easy to lift and take away?
Yeah. It's going to be
Hey,
on
start
site
building
for at
homes
least
everywhere.
a month, right? It's going to be on site for a month.
20K to remove the ruffles, Windstar says. Yeah. He's
And
probably not wrong. No,
and
but they
Phoenix,
definitely put up a wall afterwards.
yeah, most 3D printed items are used with recycled plastic. There's some of the most common material that you'll find in the 3D printing world is recycled plastic. So whenever you see something that's been made 3D printed, although it's plastic, it's like seeing a leather jacket from 40 years ago. It's not the same as seeing a brand new one. That eco footprint isn't anywhere near as big because it's been reused. And yeah, most things that are 3D printed, especially these prefabs that we see, they are built with majority recycled plastic. So again, it's really good to see it in terms of the environment.
So honestly, living in California, we have huge fires that just take out all kinds of homes. You saw what happened out in Hawaii. And then these people have to wait years and years to get a new home. This is awesome because that looks amazing. How that machine is just building away. That's amazing.
Now, if you could go collect like pop bottles and stuff and feed it into the machine and print your own home, that'd be real cool.
Let's not get into the things we can feed into that machine. Then we're getting dystopian.
Oh.
That's a cool thought, though. That's a very futuristic thought. Like, I mean, you see homeless people now; they collect tin cans to sell for scrap.
We're
What if they
not
could
putting
still collect-
homeless people into the machine, Wilson. That's not a solution.
That is
my
unacceptable. That is
Oh my
unacceptable.
god. Oh no.
Listen, what if they collected plastic bottles? Let me finish my serious thought, you jesters, okay? What if they collected plastic bottles and they could print themselves a home instead of $20 at the end of the day by walking the trolley all the way down to the scrapyard? They could print
cleans
themselves
the
a home.
environment and they build themselves a home.
Like I know that's very dystopian, but like you know what I mean. This technology does have great implications. It really does. It's not that affordable yet, but it's still going to be a very affordable way to build homes in the near future.
We're a few downgrades away, but America's getting there.
I just thought it was a cool story, but I wanted to touch on back to gaming a bit. I almost missed over this topic. Fortnite is absorbing every single game in the universe, it seems, with Fall Guys now entering Fortnite. Pretty cool. But what is the future and what does this mean for any type of game, party game? Are we going to see everything eventually be absorbed into Fortnite?
Yes.
Where does it end? How big is this going to be? I mean, there's no reason for a Fortnite 2 at this point. They're just going to keep absorbing
when
IPs.
when they stop printing money, you'll see something else from them. Until
No,
then,
this is your metaverse or whatever you want to call it. This is what it's become. Don't forget that they signed a deal with Disney as well to bring an entire Disney World type game within
Yes, that's
Fortnite.
true, Vet. They're basically ripping off Disney Dreamlight and they're going to put that in Fortnite. So again, like, what is safe from the beast that is Fortnite?
Well, no, it's not. It's going to be similar to like the Lego type thing. I don't think it'll be like a Lego game, but it's going to be its own game within the Fortnite realm. Like, okay, you have like the Guitar Hero stuff. You have all you have a racing game. You have Legos. You have the Fortnite. Eventually, they're just going to start having everything built within Fortnite.
Yeah, and Jem brings a good point here in chat. What we've seen is iterations of different games being made in Fortnite. This is the first time we're seeing Fall Guys, the full game, just not, I'm sure it's not the full game in all the aspects, but a game put into something that exists elsewhere. So will this cannibalize Fall Guys as a game? Will everyone just move to Fortnite Fall Guys? Which one will receive updates? Will Fall Guys the original stop receiving updates and this one continue to be updated? What does the panel think? Do you think we're seeing Fortnite cannibalize other games?
I think
it's cannibalizing the game.
I don't think it matters because they're both. It's owned by Epic. Epic owns the studio that makes Fall Guys. So, Fortnite is Epic. So they're still getting the same money.
The people who have their head shoved up Fortnite and that's all that they actually play are never going to jump over and play Fall Guys anyway. But now they probably will. Now, does that mean that for the Fall Guys for PC, like, or whatever, they're going to jump ship from Fortnite to go over there to play it? Probably not, but they see that as a possibility. And it is going to reach a whole lot of people that would have never played it. I guess that would be the takeaway from this. But until Fortnite stops printing money, like, we're not going to see anything new from them, I don't think.
Yeah, I think this is like Epic testing Fall Guys in Fortnite because ultimately it's really pointless because like you guys said, Epic owns Fall Guys and it's free to play as well. All you have to do is download Fall Guys and play it. But the fact that they spent time putting it into Fortnite, it tells me that it's probably a test. I think they're testing, will the Fortnite version of Fall Guys get more money and players than the original Fall Guys? If yes, I can definitely see them shutting down the original Fall Guys and just continuing with the Fortnite version as like a permanent.
The Fortnite metaverse.
Yeah, because like plus if you're playing the Fortnite version, I assume you're still gonna be leveling up your Fortnite battle pass and your skins and whatever. There's more rewards in the Fortnite version. I think I don't know if 100%, but I would imagine so. But I think this is just a test because, like I just said, like they own both the games and they're both free anyways. Why would you even spend time merging it? So I think if the Fortnite version of Fall Guys does better numbers than the original, then I think the original will just be cancelled and the Fortnite version will just carry on.
Can I ask you a question, Jem, regarding Fortnite game making?
No.
Yeah. Go on.
Would you ever make a game? Because you're a game developer on this panel. You are the game developer of this panel. Like you've got games out. Like would you ever consider making one in Fortnite's game builder? Not right now or in the future in 5 years if it continues to develop in the way that it is.
I would do it for fun. Like I wouldn't do it as a serious thing. Because remember back in Stadia there was a game called Crater. I really enjoyed that as like just spending my time on it because that to me that was mind blowing. What I loved about it was like I had like a game idea. I'm like, you know what? Let's boot up Stadia on my laptop, which could never run Unreal Engine, but it can run Crater. And I was just like, the comfort of just using my laptop for that just blew my mind, and I just kept being hooked into that. But if I was using Fortnite Maker, it would just be for fun. It wouldn't
Now,
be.
is that because you don't own that intellectual property at all?
Yeah, like like the fate of the game will be dependent on Fortnite's success. If Fortnite one day shuts down, so would the game. Like, it just seems like an additional unnecessary barrier. Yeah.
Well, I guess the future will see whether or not Fortnite lives and carries Fall Guys into the future in its own platform in the metaverse forms, or will it be an experiment and Fall Guys will continue to live on in its OG version? We'll be here to let you know. Now, the final one I wanted to talk about, so I didn't sound too pony, so I didn't bring it up before, is I think a very cool news story that hit while we were away. The China Hero Project is introducing 9 games as PlayStation exclusives. I think it's I think it's
There it is.
absolutely really cool and awesome to see investments in other places in the world. I was saying this earlier. This is where you get innovation. This is where you get different experiences. This is where you get stories that are told from different perspectives than what we've seen before. And I'm excited to see what comes out of the China Hero Project. And I think it's a great investment to see. Does anyone have any thoughts? Has anyone seen what's going on with the China Hero Project? And have any doubts perhaps, or excited to see what they come out with. PC users can probably look forward to playing a lot of these titles as well, because we know how buddy PlayStation and PC have been as of late. If not, I'm just going to keep talking about it. Lost Soul Aside, an action role-playing game featuring fast-paced combat. This is the most anticipated one out of the bunch and is looking to come out possibly this year, possibly next year. We're looking at a 2D side-scroller. They're really hitting a lot of different genres and a lot of different storytelling elements, like I'm saying. But Maker, did you want to give a perspective here on the China Hero Project coming from PlayStation?
Well, I want to know, is there any 5v5 live service titles to get excited about in this bunch?
Okay, you know what? I will say that...
Who's behind this, Rue? Who is behind this other than PlayStation? Like, no, like, who's developing these games? Who's publishing these games? Is it like a specific collective? Is it a specific group? Or is it just people, like, different IPs underneath Sony?
Yeah, so their Shanghai-based production team provides the best-in-class support for all of our China Hero Project developers. So it is a group of developers who have applied for this program that are based out of China to make games for the console. Places, yeah. That's what the description's telling me here.
Oh, I'm having a quick read here. Apparently, their partners include Epic, Cryware for development, Digital Hearts, Vanguard Sound, Sound Machine. These are just a few of the different studios who've all partnered up to take part in this China Hero project.
As well as guidance from the PlayStation team itself. So they're going in, they're either providing help in one form or another. And I think it really shows. I think it's a great investment, like I said. I'm asking the panel, do you think we'll get different stories, different gameplay mechanics? Just because, in my opinion, we're getting games from people from other places in the world with different experiences.
They definitely go about development very differently. Risk taking is almost a thing of the past. But I'm sure in other countries they still do. So, like, I think that indie devs have been keeping the gaming industry alive with innovation and telling those interesting stories. But it'll be really interesting to see what they do, because art design is very different. I was checking out that 2D side scroller we were just looking at. That looked awesome, man. Maybe not everyone's cup of tea, but it looked really cool. I don't know.
I
Go right.
love playing games. I love playing games, and dude, there's a developer out in Turkey there's a developer out in. I mean, we got Singapore people develop games. I mean, I just think it's great because there's brilliant people all over the world, and there's things that are going in their world that they can share with us or whatever. But I just love it because it's just great to see somebody ideas out there. So that's just my take on it. I think it's great, and that side scroller looked freaking awesome. I want to play that.
It does. It does look really fun.
Why is the side
Um,
scroller cool? I'm trying to find it.
The side scroller. Let's go back here. That's Lost Soul Awaken Astral Blade.
Oh, okay.
And it's
Cool.
it's launched to release on PlayStation as well as PC. So like I said, a lot of these games coming out to PC as well. PlayStation has understood that to maximize dollars and still maintain console exclusivity, it makes sense to launch on PC. And that was obviously a smart business move. For instance, if you're missing out on the stealth genre, this game is all about hacking, stealthing. It really brings back that Rainbow Six, Splinter Cell, Sam Fisher vibes for me. Except now you've got like futuristic hacking, almost like Watch Dogs meets Sam Fisher. So I think like
we're so overdue for a reimagining of Sam Fisher and have an adventure with him. We're
Oh,
so
yes.
overdue for that, man. So overdue.
There's a playable
it-
demo for this
I
game.
think it's very much
Killzone.
Oh, no way.
sensationalism.
what's sensationalism about this?
About this, so you asked the question, do you think it's going to introduce new gameplay mechanics? Is it going to introduce anything new? I don't want to sound like a Debbie Downer, but I don't think it is, and I don't mean that in a bad way. But right, so the West, right, in terms globally, the West sociologically are really obsessed. We get sensationalized when we see Eastern culture, right? When it comes to Buddhism, when it comes to samurai, when it comes to anime, we get it. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of trendy over here. That type of stuff is popularized over here because it's kind of foreign and it's exotic. And vice versa, right? Like, I mean, for example, when uh, oh, I'm losing my trail of thought, but I think a big aspect of what we see with these games, what draws us in. I don't think it's necessarily something new, but it's something that's slightly foreign to us, so it looks different. Even though we've been experiencing this now for like 20 years, it's been one of the trends in the gaming market now for the past couple of decades. Is these anime style games, but it's just getting trendier and trendier as the exposure goes up, and I think it's also vice versa, right? Like we see a lot of the Eastern market in mobile gaming, in Call of Duty mobile, in PUBG on mobile, and things like that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but a lot of these places don't make games like the exact same way. You've got all the way from Dark Souls all the way to a college dating sim in some of these countries. Like, it just depends what they end up deciding to bring over and who they're working with and what they
SPG,
do.
What was that? What was that side scroller? And Purple Haze used to stream this a lot. What was that creepy side scroller with the creatures in at nighttime?
Yeah, with the kids or whatever on the screen. I know what you're talking about. Purple, give us the name.
Little Nightmares?
There's 1 and 2, and the second one was a prequel.
Oh, Little Nightmares.
Little Nightmares.
Little Nightmares.
That was freaking amazing how they did the side scrolling, the creatures and everything like that. I mean, dude, and it's just like, thank you, Little Nightmares. That was amazing side scroller game, and a lot of people can build on something like that and just keep it going. I mean, just the simple basic side scrolling and add so much to it. I thought that game was amazing. And where was that company from? Does anybody know? Who made that?
From my nightmares.
Made by someone called Tarsier Studios.
No, I know what you
in,
mean.
in Malmo.
It's too
big. It's too
Swedish. It's a Swedish company.
Oh,
Right,
there you go.
exactly. There you go, right there.
Well, again, that's the
Uh,
type of sensationalism that I'm on about, where it's slightly foreign, but it's also kind of popularized in the way that, like, we're starting to become aware of these myths and kind of treat them like our own. You know what I mean? We're starting to, like, look at Black Myth Wukong, right? You know what I mean? That type of
Thank you,
thing is
Purple.
sensationalized, because of its level of foreignness, but also its trendiness, popularity in the Western sphere. And I think
Yeah,
we'll
but
probably
I'm
see
just
the same
saying
type
that
of thing with these games.
from some of
Okay,
these
wait.
companies, we might get regular RPGs and then we could get JRPGs. They're very different, even though they're in the same genre and the same type of game.
Is that why you like Black Myth Wukong? I like Black Myth Wukong because you're a monkey.
I like it because it sounds like Wu Tang. Wu Tang. Wu Tang.
I've been obsessed with Black Myth Wukong because I used to play Dynasty Warriors, and it's very much all rooted in the same type of myth, in Chinese mythology, which is really, really interesting stuff. I was telling you about this the other day, how British mythology and history and Chinese mythology and history are very similar in the fact that our history and myths are very closely intertwined, and it's hard to separate what happened in China and historically and the myths and legends that they've told about the place. And it's the same in Britain too.
Well, I'm excited. I'm not good at those games, but it looks absolutely gorgeous. And shout out to GFN. Hopefully, you can play it on there and play it in the highest
Yeah, you
fidelity
can.
because it's going to be beautiful.
Has
Yeah.
Xbox got a date for it yet? Has Xbox got a date for it yet?
No, but what we heard
They
from
got
the devs of Wukong was Xbox is what? What's Xbox?
Dead. Oh, they're dead.
Oh, the
sorry.
S is holding things back again? Damn.
Listen,
I thought
listen.
they were
I want.
dead.
Does anyone have a serious answer? Does anyone have anything actually productive to answer
TBA.
my query?
TBA.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
They
Yeah, I
are
thought so.
dead on arrival.
The textures melted the Series S, so they need to go back to the drawing boards. They're looking at
Oh,
creating a
that's-
Nintendo Switch version for the Series S.
Yeah, because
Uh,
you mean you mean the PlayStation Switch? Let's get it right. Come on now.
However, if a game is optimized, you would think that it would run well on smaller systems. So you wonder really what is happening here. However, you've seen PlayStation recently hit 62 million units sold, and PlayStation's last announcements were under 25 million. So you wonder if they're simply just going after the market where they know they'll sell games. But
No,
that's
totally, I
my
agree.
take. That's
my
my
God.
take. Because even though you have 62 million or you have 25 million, only the smallest percentage of those are actually going to turn off Minecraft, Fortnite, Roblox to play a different game. And that population is even smaller than those large numbers. So it's really crazy how the gaming industry works and how so many people flock to so many titles. But that's what I had for the download today. Thank you all you awesome people for coming and hanging out and chatting what's going on in gaming. Coming back to the download after we've been on hiatus for a little bit. But what have people got going on? What are you up to? Where can people find you? Upcoming projects you want to talk about? Now is the spotlight. Callie, what can we look forward to on your end?
Yeah, tonight I'll be streaming 9 p.m. Mountain Time. I think I'll be streaming some Ghostbusters. So come on down and bust some ghosts with me.
Spooky
Oh,
ectoplasm for all.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Wilson.
I'm going to be writing the secondary script for next week's show, the one that I'm going to be commandeering when I come and see you on next week's download. That's what I'll be up to. Sorry, bro. You
Please,
know what I'm
please
like. I'm
do.
just impulsive when I talk. I'm just
I
impulsive when I talk.
invite it.
I'm so
I
sorry.
invite it. Please do it
I'm
more.
sorry, but I feel like no one will show up then.
You all know
No,
me.
everyone
I don't
loves
stream.
Wilson.
I'm just kidding.
I
know
hang
you
out
do.
in all of people's streams, and I just like to annoy you all. So just follow all of these lovely creators if you want to hear my voice a little more. And also, shout out for N7 Spectre's charity event for St. Jude's Children's Hospice. It still doesn't have a set date as far as I'm aware, but it will be coming up in a few weeks to a month's time or something like that. There will be more updates to come, so don't worry too hard, but keep your eyes open.
All right, then. Thank you for that one. But it's a good idea to keep it on everyone's radar. Absolutely. Jem, what's up? What's up?
Yo, as always, don't find me, I'll find you. I've been
Oh,
I'm scared.
I've been
now.
lately just trying to finish games. I finished Crash 4, finished Wreckfest yesterday. My upcoming list is Doom, Doom Eternal, Stray, Titanfall 2, and Shadow of War and Nier Automata.
Oh, nice. I've never played Nier Automaton, but I've heard good things about it. I heard it's difficult.
Great.
Is it a tough game?
I'm a simple man. I just saw a hot anime girl. I clicked buy.
Ah, I like to hear people's motivations, and that clicks with me. I get you. I love Stellar Blade, by the way. Off topic. Off
Yeah, I'm waiting
topic.
for the
That doesn't.
PC
How
version.
that's not off topic at all, bro. I know what topic we're on.
There's a game of culture right there.
Yes. Anyways, before I lose in a daydream of sorts, Maker, what's going on, sir?
What's going on with what? Sorry, I just
Where
got back.
people can find you, what you're up to.
Oh,
I know you've been busy working.
Yeah, it's a lot of calls today. Catch me on Twitter or in Discord, MakerKS12.
Awesome. SPG.
Yeah, you can find me at Simply Pwned over on YouTube, and I don't know if I'm doing anything today, but what I am doing is I'm going to rebuild my confidence, and I'm going to challenge Tiger to some more PGA coming soon.
Godspeed, my friend. Godspeed.
Okay, Tiger.
Awesome. Well, if you bring that GTA stripper clip, that'll
like Voldemort
distract
now.
him. Wow. That's the meanest thing you can say to an Englishman, by the way.
Well, he doesn't like being called a Geordie either.
Oh my goodness.
Ray.
Yo.
Shout out.
Tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Pacific time, doing Wreckfest. You guys know where to find me. It's on Ray 3473 Twitch TV. Also, probably gonna do some Once Human, and I'm trying to wait. I've been checking. Warhammer 40K. Speed Freaks is supposed to be coming on GFN, so that I want to give it a try. I keep looking; it's not in there yet. But what I did see is they got the classic Doom 1 and 2 in GF on the PC Game Pass. I'm gonna check that out on GFN. But that's what I got going. Thank you, chat. Thank you, panel.
Yeah,
Thank you,
Maker's posted a story about Doom coming out for Super NES. Maker, are you here? What the hell was that? Can you explain that for a second?
Please.
Yeah. So they worked with limited run games. It's a completely new game that they made, updated and made for SNES, just like a new version of Doom. And I think that's really dope that they did that. It was made at limited run games by one of the guys who was the original guys who made the SNES version, which is pretty dope.
All right. Well, I wonder who's gonna buy this, but I guess that's pretty cool. If you have a Super NES, this is a new thing you can get for it, and that is epic. You can't do that with digital games anymore. It's not like they'll ever be like, oh, here's a brand new a PS5 game 30 years from now. It doesn't work the same way. So, this is definitely a treasure of time, I think.
Developers used to give us magic. The NES lasted forever, and they kept making innovative and better games for the longest time. I don't know. My hat goes off to the old 8-bit and 16-bit generation.
I love you, but you're a dinosaur. Baldur's Gate 3 is your favorite thing in the world. Come on, bro.
Wow. Who
That just
invited
come
this
out.
kid?
Wow.
Look here,
invited
look here.
this
You
kid?
haven't watched Lord of the Rings yet. When you do, I will take criticism.
Listen, your rose-tinted glasses are all well and good with the retro games, but new games, a lot of new games, not all of them, because a lot of them have gotten trashy, but there's a lot of new games that are impeccable. Look at Red Dead, look at Baldur's Gate, look at Pixelmancer. Look at Pixelmancer.
Yes, but they're outliers, is what I'm saying. They're outliers. Those types
Yeah.
of games are going to be fewer and far between because of the oversaturation and the cash grab mentality of we need a Fortnite. What I'm saying is, back in the day, they didn't have any extra hardware. They didn't have any extra RAM to try to pull out of a system to make it run better. They just made a game. I mean, that's what I mean. I guess what I was trying to illustrate is that the development cycle is so vastly different now that it's almost not even comparable. But they did give us magic back in the day with nothing.
Yeah, because you never had to provide
like
a
magic.
follow-through. You never had to do an update. There was never, another team staying on to make sure the game was completely finished because you released it early. You had to finish your game, put it on a hard copy cartridge, ship it out, and cross your fingers. So I think that's incredibly bold, and it's an incredibly different mindset than what you have today when you're pushing out a game. So definitely to be noted. Thank you for sharing that one. And I want to touch on Vet before we head out of here. What do you got going on? What are some new projects happening over in the Vet sphere?
It's not too much. I'm just, like I said, I'm working on the rebranding stuff. The name stays the same. The logos and everything kind of change. My kid's getting ready for school in like 2 weeks, so once I ship his ass off to first grade, I will be back streaming. I'll be doing most like YouTube and Twitch. So the YouTube stuff will be the cozy and the retro games, and the violent games where I murder everyone and swim in the blood of the innocent will be over on Twitch. And I'll have you can find me on my socials, on my Discord, right in the Ray's Discord and everywhere else, X, till that thing dies, Threads, and any other social stuff that I'm on, Instagram, all that nonsense.
All right. Well, thanks everyone. Thanks panel for coming and hanging out for an episode of The Download. Until next time, be kind and rewind. All right. Take care, everyone.
Peace.
See you.
No song and dance? Damn. I was really hoping for it.
No.
Try to believe in me. Why try do I even need to? I die with the season leaves. I glide with the season breeze. True, my mind so easily spooked. I ride just to be the me who finds hype super decently smooth. Nice tie, but as sick as me.